Hey y'all, Toad here. Well, I've got another project to do, and it's a rolling pin. And let me take you through the first steps, because this video is going to take a little longer than I normally like to, so I'm just going to run through this quick. This is a laminated oak beam that's 2 inches by about 3.5, and I chopped 11 inches off of it, then brought it over here to the table saw, set the table saw at 2 inches, and cut a 2-inch piece, rotated it, trimmed off to make sure I was actually exactly at 2 by 2. And then I tilted the blade at 45 degrees and took off about 3/8 of an inch off of each corner, and what I ended up with was what you see here. Not round, but close enough. And then I took it over here to the bench, and because it's exactly 2 inches by 2 inches, and because it's laminated, it was very easy to find the center. And then I just used it. I have an old Phillips head screwdriver that's the handle's broken off, and I use it for an awl to find the centers. And now let's go mount it into the lathe. Now we're getting there, little by little. Looks like we've got just a couple little flat spots left here, so I didn't get it on the lathe perfect, but we're probably talking a 1/16 of an inch difference. But when I'm done getting it round it will be. Alright, got the gouge part done, got it knocked down into a circle, and I've taken off the rest. And now I'm just going to use an old belt from a belt sander to do the rough sanding to get rid of the deeper grooves left over by the gouge. Okay, every once in a while I just stop it and take a peek, because at some point in time you're going to get to the point where you're just leaving gouges behind because of this, this is 50 grit sandpaper. And when you get to that point, that's when you want to switch down to the next size. So I'm just about there, and I'll be right back as soon as I get through this. Alright, now pretty much all that's left in it, I doubt if the camera will pick it up, but pretty much all that's left now is the little grooves left over from the 50 grit. So we're going to fire it back up and move up to 100. Coming right off of there, and now you'll start to see all those grooves disappear. They actually show up as lines while the stock is spinning, and you start to be able to see right where there's any leftover shallow grooves from the gouge, and then the grooves from the 50 grit. Alright, I'll be back as soon as I'm done with this. Alright, now I can really feel this with my hands. My pinky's dragging behind the sandpaper there. And I think we just about got it. Needed a little extra work in this area. I don't know if you can see how light that is. But, not about as far as we're going to go, I think. Let's take a peek. Oh, yeah. Oh yeah, I hope that's showing up on the camera. It's kind of hard to tell. But now, let me get a couple of supplies, and now comes my favorite part. Alright, I repositioned the camera a little bit, and yeah, for those of you who are watching, I found my tripod. Anyway, this is actually my favorite part of this process right here. What we have here is a block of beeswax, and I'm going to turn the machine on, and just with a little bit of force, just enough to generate friction heat, I'm going to apply a bunch or a good coating of beeswax to the part. Alright, now pushing against it, of course, generated heat and friction, and it melted it and just pushed it right into the pores of the wood. And as you can see, it made it really dull and icky looking. Now, I got to do one of these warnings, I guess. I would not tell anybody to do this part, because this part can be a little dangerous. It's just what I do. We're going to take a piece of an old t-shirt that's clean, and I'm going to wrap it around there and put moderate force on it. And as I bring it across, I'm going to move the rag, and what's going to happen is it's going to heat that stuff up, the beeswax rather, it's going to heat it up, drive it even further into the pores, polish it, and the excess will end up on the rag. Alright, there's the first go around. You can see it starting to shine up a little bit. As you saw towards the end there, that's the reason I gave you the little disclaimer. Because you got to hold it tight enough where you're getting your friction and you're making it work. But when you get to the end, it's real easy for the lathe chuck to grab the piece of cloth. So if it does, just give it to it. Let it go, let it spin, stop the lathe, and pull it off. Aha! Now we're starting to see shiny. You notice the difference there? Again, I hate my lighting, but you can see here, this is all the extra beeswax. Now what I'm going to do is just kind of monkey this thing around to find the clean spot on the rag. And then just keep doing that and buff it up. that is smooth, smooth, smooth. And kind of pretty, if I don't say so myself.